Hello everyone and welcome back to Tech Tuesdays. This is the show where I recap all the most important tech news from throughout the week. But before we get started, I have a couple quick announcements to make. First of all, I'm going to put the heads of the stories up here, and I'll also put them down in the description. So if you click on those annotations or the link in the description, it'll take you to the point in the video of the story that I'm talking about. So if you got bored of listening to me talk already, you probably already did that. But next thing I want to talk about is I have a new website, greenberggaming.wordpress.com, and if you click any of the my sources down there in the description, I'll tell you what story it is on the left, and then I'll put the link. If you click on any of those stories, might take you to my website. I have 3 articles up right now as of the time of the recording. I might have a few more by the time this episode goes up. But if you click on any of the links, it'll take you to my website or wherever I got the story from. So, and I also have a new overlay graphic, which is probably, in this corner. So that's it for the announcements. Let's get into the stories. So there's going to be no backwards compatibility planned for the PS4. So when Sony Computer Entertainment's head of worldwide studios, Shuhei Yoshihide, and I'm sorry if I butchered that name, was asked by Polygon about backwards compatibility on the PS4, he had this to say, quote, "I don't think we will change our approach. The PlayStation 4 doesn't have backwards compatibility." When he was asked why Sony isn't planning to bring backwards compatibility, he said, quote, "It was too hard. PlayStation Now, I think, is the real reason why they aren't planning to bring backwards compatibility to the PS4. I mean, you're able to pay for a subscription or a rental fee for PlayStation 3 games and older PlayStation games. But I'd imagine that if they bring native backwards compatibility to the PS4, players who own those PS3 discs aren't going to pay to buy them on PlayStation Now. So I don't think Sony's going to flat out say it, but I think that's a major part of the reason why they're not going to want to do that, especially since they spent a lot of money to buy the cloud service Gaikai and stuff like that. So, on to Fallout Shelter coming to Google Play. Fallout Shelter was released for iOS after Bethesda's E3 conference, but currently there is no version for Android. So, a tweet from @Bethesda Studios confirms they are working on the game. Yes, we're also working on Fallout Shelter for Android, hopefully out in a few months. So it's good to know that Fallout Shelter is coming out for Android for those of you who want your Fallout fix before Fallout 4 comes. So that's good news. On to Nintendo saying VR isn't fun. So Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Anime had this to say about VR. What we believe is that in order for this technology to move forward, you need to make it fun and you need to make it social. I haven't walked the floor, so I can't say in terms of what's on the floor today, but at least based on what I've seen to date, it's not fun and it's not social. It's just tech. And what I don't understand about this statement is that shouldn't we reserve judgment until it comes out? I mean, especially since he works for the company that released the Wii U gamepad, which has had relatively zero fun implementations of anything on the gamepad. It's really just been used for like a second screen experience and for putting some dice on a screen. So I don't understand why he's saying this, considering the company that he's worked for. My guess is that because of the failed Virtual Boy, they're kind of not working on VR because they had a bad experience with it in the past. But I mean, there's a lot better technologies, and I think it's becoming a bit of a trend. So I think Nintendo might be missing out by not doing VR, but who knows? And our last story, Shenmue 3 is being funded by Sony. So at E3, Sony pitched the Kickstarter for Shenmue 3 at $2 million. The game set a Kickstarter record, reaching its goal in 9 hours. Some fans pledged tens of thousands of dollars towards the game. I'm relatively mixed on this story because fans of the series should have known that this game would cost more than $2 million. Considering the original Shenmue was rumored to cost $70 million, but at the same time, Sony should have admitted that the Kickstarter was just a marketing test to get a gauge on interest in the game. I think if Sony really knew their fans, they'd know that, hey, they want a Shenmue game. I mean, people were going crazy when there was this announcement. But it makes business sense for Sony. Okay, now we have $2 million we can put towards the game, and we know that people are interested in this game. But I think what would have been the best compromise between the two is if they just set a $50 pre-order cap or $60 to say, if you're backing this Kickstarter, you're essentially just pre-ordering the game, and Sony gets money in their pocket early, and they get the interest and whatnot. but they shouldn't have let people pledge tens of thousands of dollars towards the game when they inevitably had enough interest in it to begin with. And my last story for real this time is Taylor Swift versus Apple Music. Taylor Swift has been withholding her music from Apple Music, her hit album 1989, because Apple originally didn't agree to pay artists royalties during the 3-month trial period that they were offering users. And Apple came out on Twitter and said, we hear you, Taylor Swift, and we're going to pay royalties to the artists for the 3-month trial period. And I think this is a really smart move by Apple, because you shut up Taylor Swift, you get her album on your service, which you need, because Taylor Swift is huge. She's a huge juggernaut, and you need her music on the service. And I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I recognize that a lot of people enjoy Taylor Swift music. I think this is just an all-around great move. I think Apple really needed to go forth and do this move, and it was a really smart decision on their part to get her music on the service. And they're going to lose money in the short run, but in the long run, having her music on the service is going to be a big benefit to you. It's going to help them get new members. It's going to help them out in the long run. So that's it for Tech Tuesdays, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be doing a Arkham Knight Let's Play, which is coming out today. I'm going to have the first episode coming out as soon as I can. So if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe and check back here for the Arkham Knight Let's Play. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you click to the right of me, you can subscribe. If you click below, you can get the latest Tech Tuesdays video. And if you click diagonally, that way, you can find the latest Philosophical Fridays video. As always, make sure you like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your day.